You know you can choose what to give a fuck about, right? Like, you know you can choose to care about something, right? Like, you know you don't need to really care about your line that you need to wait on, right? You know that you are allowed to not give a fuck about it, right? You know you're allowed to pick a strawberry if you feel like it, even when you're making a video, right? Like, you know you're allowed to not give a fuck about it. Fuck. Oh, it's sour. Okay. Learning to be able not to give a fuck about certain things is a very good skill to learn. Because it teaches you that you can actually give a fuck, like a good fuck, about the things that actually matter for you. So, example, if your purpose is about fitness, then, well, really, like, school or something doesn't mean that much to you, and you can actually say, like, I don't give that much of a fuck to it. You can spread your quote-unquote like cares, or in the book there's a lot of, you know, giving a fuck. They call it pretty obviously a fuck. So you can actually choose or spread the fucks you can give. So if you care about waiting in the line for 5 minutes and you find it really annoying and then one fuck is already given to the line you stand on. For example, if you can give a certain amount of fucks every single month, right? One of these fucks is already given to when you stand in the line. Another fuck is given about that random hoe in your class that didn't look at you, but you got like a bigger chest, but you know, like how did you not look at me? Another fuck is given to that random bitch over there. You need to spread your fucks strategically. This sort of implies essentialism and purpose. It's a little bit different, right? It's quite a bit different, but it sort of re-implies like the purpose and like these things. Because choosing what to actually give about, care about, is really good mental practice. Because if you care about the news, about every article in the newspaper, if you care about every single one, like every single girl in your class looking at you or some shit, like your fucks are already given. You're gonna give a fuck about your like exercises or about your like YouTube videos. You don't give a fuck about these things if you already spread these cares to useless crap. Right? This is essential, because if you care about all of the news and care about this and give a fuck about that, this, that, your mind starts to become overwhelmed with all of the different ways you need to give a fuck about. All of the different ways or directions your fucks are given, your cares are given. It's a lot more mentally like unstressful to just give a fuck about a few things. Okay, you give a fuck about your YouTube channel, you give a fuck about your mental health, you give a fuck about your habits, you give a fuck about your exercise and fitness. Or maybe you don't, because this is not your current purpose there, and you just repeat the current thing over and over again, which only takes like 15 minutes a day. Great, that's good to maintain. Or you give a fuck about this one particular girl. Now we're at something. Now you can give a fuck about something direction, in a direction. No, in all of these different directions. It's like you got, it's kind of like you're in a forest and you got like a map. And you're like, okay, we're gonna walk to south, north, east, west, southwest, east, west. You're gonna walk every single way. That's impossible. You cannot like uncover, like if like this is a map, right? I'm holding it and I'm like, alright, we're gonna go everywhere. But the forest is like literal earth. You cannot give a fuck about every single little place on earth. If you got the analogy down. You cannot like buy a ship or taxi or bus to every single place on earth. It just takes way too much energy, time and money to do so. This is what I mean with the fucks you can give. You can give the thing is, giving fucks about all sorts of things, it's just gonna make you wanna go to this particular town in Japan, this specific like city in China, Belgium, Paris, America, like New York, Brazil. Like, it's gonna go on the map. Okay, I wanna save up money to go to Brazil, but I also want to save money to go to New York, but also to this one city in America, and also this one city in Belgium, and this in France. And you got my analogy there. Saving up money, or saving up fucks, or saving up cash, or energy points, if you want to think about it that way, toward just a couple of things at a time, will do great justice. Saving up for Japan, Paris, New York City. Alright, now you got 3 locations to go to. Fantastic. Now you got 3 fucks to give. 3 ways that they can spend quote unquote like energy or money in the way of the map thing. But remember, you can choose what to give a fuck about.